What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 219, and we start today's episode off with a youth squad monthly report, which went by really quickly there. That's only because we've only got two players in our academy right now, and neither of them look pretty good. And we also have a squad report as well, as we have now entered April in the year. And as you can see, this is how the team is currently doing in terms of the players that are progressing nicely in terms of their attributes. Obviously, a few players in there I'm pretty proud of. Ryan Sarr's now up to an 83, looking pretty decent indeed. He also got Serge Gnabry now an 82 overall, looking pretty decent. Joel Campbell as well has grown pretty nicely too. Ramsey not looking too bad either as a first team player. Savania now up to an 83 as well. Obviously you'll see Niang in a minute as well, an 88 rated right winger who of course plays striker for us. The team in general, like most of them are improving really nicely, even though sort of more experienced players, like I mentioned there with Ramsey still growing pretty nicely. Now Lazari up to an 85 as well, Vargas 84, Welbeck 85. It's a really decent squad, but as I have mentioned before, there's still a lot of work to do. You know, there are still a lot of fringe players in this team, like Butler and Vickers and Martinez and Kay, and there's another striker as well who's currently loaned at Derby, Rojas I think it is. Yeah, there are still players that we want to sell on, Amrabat too, still players we want to sell on in this team, but it's still looking a lot better, you know. Also league table as well, 9 games to go, we're 4 points clear of Manchester City, and also have a game in hand as well, so pretty healthy lead on our next rivals right now, next title rivals I guess, right now. So I'm pretty pleased with that, but obviously, you know, anything can happen in the late season. You know, any teams can slip up and have collapses every now and then. It's not, you know, it's not impossible for Man City to get themselves back in this title race, is what I'm trying to say. But we'll have to wait and see. I'm still fancying our chances, though, I really am. And of course, now we've got our first trophy out of the way as well, and under our belts in the Capital One Cup. Also in the Champions League quarterfinals right now. The second leg against Barcelona is in this episode. We're into the FA Cup semi-finals. You know, things looking pretty decent this season. I'm hoping that we won't have any kind of collapses, and we'll continue to play really good football and pick up the results. Still, we take on Swansea for the first game of today's episode here, as Swansea come and take us on the Emirates Stadium. Now, of course, just a couple of weeks ago, Swansea did take us on the Emirates Stadium in the FA Cup quarter-finals, and they take us on now in the Premier League, and there were going to be a lot of changes made to the team for this game, just because, obviously, we've got Barcelona in the week, and, you know, no disrespect to Swansea, but I'd still fancy our chance of winning the game, even with a weaker side. So we take on Swansea here, and the first chance would fall directly from kickoff as we pass the ball forward here and regain some possession. Ryo Miyaichi finds Danny Welbeck, and Welbeck takes it around his man and plays it back to the Japanese winger. Down the right hand side, takes on Neil Taylor, sprints from right to left, and as he plays the ball through to and by Niang, Niang goes 1-on-1 but can't keep his shot on target, and it goes behind for a goal kick. So still 0-0, and of course Niang starting this game primarily because he hit a hat-trick against Swansea a couple of weeks ago in the FA Cup here at the Emirates Stadium, so I thought they probably wouldn't be able to contain him on the second attempt either. So still Arsenal 0, Swansea 0, first chance coming through Niang, but in 29th minute here, Ribery's regen plays the ball inside towards Danny Welbeck. Welbeck takes it around his man, goes down the right hand side and shoots from a tight angle, but can only hit the side netting, and it is still 0-0 in this game. So half an hour play, still 0-0, and approaching the half-time mark, it was still goalless in this game, but Swansea come forward with a rare attack here. Richards finds Ki Sung-young, who crosses the ball in. It's deflected off Kagan Holland. Klaassen finds Ki. His cross is also deflected, but it falls to the far post. It's not really dealt with, and Davy Klaassen makes it Arsenal 0, Swansea 1, and the Welsh side with their first attack. It's like deja vu, you know, they had one of their first attacks in the game at the Liberty Stadium in the FA Cup quarter-final before the game went to a replay, and they got their first goal from the game as well, their first and only goal, and it's what happens here as well. Klaassen has their first attack of the game, and they score from it. So Arsenal 0, Swansea 1, and sadly for us, the away side do take the lead going into the break, but just 13 minutes after the restart here, it was still 1-0, but as we cross the ball to the far post, Danny Welbeck wins the header, and the former Manchester United forward does make it Arsenal 1, Swansea 1, so just a really routine goal. They were just whipping across to the far post. It's a lovely ball as well, and Danny Welbeck wins the header in the air. He's pretty much unmarked, to be honest, and he heads it past the goalkeeper and makes it 1-1. So we are back on level terms in this game, and in the 68th minute here, it was still 1-1 as Swansea looked as though they were set for the draw in this game, as they kept on defending and passing the ball around and not really putting any attacks on our goal. But as Sandy Cazorla goes down the left hand side, he cuts inside, plays a great through ball into Vargas, and Vargas makes it Arsenal 2, Swansea 1. So Vargas came off the bench at half time, and he does make it 2-1 to the Gunners here. And you know, every time I score, I keep on saying he's playing for his future, he's playing for a new contract, but he just keeps on scoring whenever I play him. So, you know, you guys must get so frustrated with me keeping on mentioning it, but I'm telling you, you know, he's got 1 year and a couple months left in his contract, and I'll probably give him a new extension in the summer as well to make sure he won't leave in on a pre-contract in the January transfer window next year, because he's definitely deserved it in my opinion. So still Arsenal 2, Swansea 1, and we would seal the game with 9 minutes to go as well. Danny Welbeck gets his second goal of the game. It's another cross into the box, which is pretty routine. Swansea failed to deal with it. Welbeck wins the header and makes it Arsenal 3, Swansea 1. So we did it the hard way in this game. We had to come from behind to win it after losing at half-time. We did win the game at full-time by Arsenal 3, with Arsenal 3, Swansea 1's the scoreline. And, you know, it was a deserved victory. We did play much better than Swansea. And just like the game at the Liberty Stadium in the FA Cup, they had one chance and they scored from it, you know. So we definitely deserved to win the game. But it's still frustrating to know that, you know, we had to come from behind to win that game. We should not have conceded the only attack of the game. But there you go. Still following that, free player conversations. Odibarjo's not happy that he's not playing too much. Chris Ince still wants a new contract. He keeps asking for one, but I'm not going to give him one. And also Lazzarini says he played well in that last match and is grateful that we played him. And, you know, as for Chris Ince as well, he does want a new contract, you guys have been seeing. He is a first choice goalkeeper right now. He's on 25 grand a week, but he wants to go up to 60 grand a week, I think it is, or, you know, if nothing else, 50 grand a week, I think I saw last night. That's a lot of money, you know, that's a big step up. And of course, don't forget, next season he's probably going to be a backup goalkeeper and playing understudy to Carboni, so I don't really want to do that, but we'll have to wait and see. I mean, if we want to keep him happy, then we'll probably have to, but we'll have to wait and see. We'll cross that bridge when it becomes too desperate, and we have to make a decision, otherwise we might end up losing him. Still, we take on Barcelona for the second and final game of today's episode as Barcelona come and takes on the Emirates Stadium. Of course, we drew the first leg away at the Nou Camp, or the Camp Nou, however you want to say it, 1 goal each, and coming into this game here at the Emirates Stadium, of course, we knew that a goalless draw would be enough to see us through due to the away goal ruling, but of course we weren't going to be playing for that. We were still going to be attacking right from the off, and the first chance did fall to us. Ozil found Niang, but his strike was well saved by Courtois and cleared away by Jordi Alba. And another great chance in the 14th minute though, this time to the away side. Christian Teo, who scored the equalising goal for Barcelona, finds Sergio Busquets. He picks out Neymar. The Brazilian finds Christian Teo, who strikes it from range, and he puts the ball just wide of the post and behind for a goal kick. So that guy clearly the danger man right now for Barcelona, but it was still goalless. In the 29th minute though, Niang comes forward here and finds Kevin Savanier. Savanier takes on Martin Montoya, beats him and cuts inside, shoots on the weaker right foot, but he puts the ball just wide and behind for a goal kick. So Savanier, as I mentioned before, has never really done too much for us in this series in terms of great performances, but in this game it was looking pretty lively early on, but it was still 0-0. In the 39th minute, a great chance to make it 1-0. Joel Campbell cuts inside Gerard Piqué and shoots, but sadly he's beaten, has his shot beaten away by Courtois, and it is still goalless. And going into the break, it was still 0-0. And 5 minutes after the restart here, Messi takes the ball around Brian Sarr, keeps hold of the ball and plays it through towards Christian Teo down the right hand side. He takes on Kevin Savanier, beats him, cuts it inside to Messi. The first shot is well saved by Ince, but it falls straight to Sergio Busquets, and Busquets makes it Arsenal 0, Barcelona 1. So 6 minutes after the restart, and Barcelona do have the lead through Sergio Busquets, and just really frustrating for us, you know, like this, the main aim of this game was going to be try and keep a clean sheet. If we can nick a goal on the break and get ourselves through, then we'll be very pleased. Obviously a goalless draw, as I mentioned before, would be enough for us to do it, and to concede the first goal of the game 6 minutes after the restart, very frustrating indeed. Ince makes the save, but it falls straight to Sergio Busquets, and the number 5 blasted into the back of the net and makes it 1-0. So as things stand, we are going out of the Champions League. In the 63rd minute here, Joel Campbell picks the ball up here and fake shots around Jordi Alba and shoots, and does find the back of the net as well. He does equalise for us, so we're not behind for too long. We're back on level terms. As things stand, we'd be going to extra time if the result stayed like this. A good finish by Joel Campbell, but I will say Courtois is one of the best goalkeepers in the game. I think he's one of the best goalkeepers in the world in my opinion, and I don't know how he didn't save that. The shot was on Campbell's weaker foot. It was pretty much straight at him. It wasn't struck with too much power. I think he should have saved it in my opinion, but there you go. It's still Arsenal 1, Barcelona 1. We had a great chance to win it in the 76th minute as Joel Campbell goes for his second goal of the game, but sadly for us, the Costa Rican is denied by the outside of the post as it trickles behind for a goal kick. So still 1-1 in this game, and after we did get ourselves the equaliser, we look like the team that were more likely to go and win the game, you know, not just take it to extra time. As Luke Garbutt goes down left-hand side here, he finds him by Niang. Niang holds the ball up and gives it to Aaron Ramsey. Ramsey plays a great ball towards Joel Campbell, our danger man in this game. Step overs around his man and shoots, but ends up hitting the bar, and eventually Garbutt's wicked cross finds no one in the 6-yard box, and it goes behind for a throw-in. So still 1-1, and outside the game would finish. We hit the woodwork twice in this game, but sadly for us, we couldn't find the second goal, and that did mean we were going to extra time. And in the 96th minute here, a few minutes after the restart here, Odibarjo crossed the ball to the far post, and Mbani Yang's volley is brilliantly saved by Courtois, and the rebound header is also held by the Belgian goalkeeper. So still 1-1 in this game in extra time, with the first chance coming to us. A great chance here for Barcelona though, as Christian Teo's strike goes just wide of the post and behind. So still 1-1, but both sides having a chance each in the first period of extra time. And in the second period of extra time, the first chance fell directly from kickoff as Lazari sprints forward, backheels it towards Odibarjo. Odibarjo gets tackled, it falls to Niang. What an effort this is from range, but Courtois, the Belgian goalkeeper, makes a very good save and keeps it at 1-1. So we are still level, and from this corner in the 109th minute, Niang crosses the ball in. It misses everyone, comes to Lazari, his shot is blocked. Mario Williams wins the header, it loops over Courtois, that goes just over, and it is still 1-1. So loads of chances for us to grab the winner in this game. We just couldn't find the back of the net for the second time. In the 112th minute, Niang sprints forward here. Great chance to make it 2-1. Goes for a Rabona chip over Courtois. And sadly for us, again, it's the Belgian goalkeeper in fine form making the save and keeping it 1-1. But from the corner, Niang crosses the ball in. And, you know, it was one of those games where I felt like we need a stroke of genius or a bit of luck in this game to win it. And in the end, it was the latter, because Lyndon Abita, who barely ever plays for us, comes off the bench. I brought him on for defensive cover to win headers in the air as Aaron Ramsey got subbed off for him. And Abita, this is hilarious. Garbett strikes the ball from just outside the area. It looks like Courtois is going to save it, and Abita is actually trying to duck out of the way of the ball, and it hits him on the back of the head, deflects past Courtois, and ends up going into the back of the net. So a massive stroke of luck sees us win the game. Arsenal 2, Barcelona 1. At the end of the day, we did deserve it because we did play much better than Barcelona. But even so, it's hilarious that of all the players, Lyndon Abita, who barely ever plays, comes off the bench just for a bit of defensive cover, just in case, ends up grabbing us the winning goal with a very fortunate and unknowingly deflection. But still, we do win the game by 2-1. We're through to the semi-finals of the Champions League, and we are delighted with that. But that is going to end the episode, guys. So as always, a big thank you for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed today's episode of Career Mode, then please do leave a like. It is much appreciated. It really does help my channel out. Of course, you don't have to leave a like if you don't want to, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.